Super Sonic is evil!
Hey guys, Sam here. Quick question. What's the first thing you think of when you hear somebody say Super Sonic?
A faster, yellow, invincible form of Sonic the Hedgehog. B, that One Bad Religion song by the same name. C, a rate of travel of an object that exceeds the speed of sound. Or D, a crazy, evil, swirly-eyed, demonic version of Sonic the Hedgehog that will haunt your nightmares.
You're probably thinking that last one is either the result of creepypasta or some really bad Sonic fanfiction, but it's actually a legitimate thing. It comes from, you guessed it, British Sonic the Hedgehog comics.
The comics version of Super Sonic acts as a sort of split personality. Sonic makes a transformation when under great stress, but has no control over the beast he becomes, even going so far as to attack his own friends. Sonic usually has little to no memory of what he's done in his super state upon returning to normal. We first see Super Sonic unleashed in issue 7, after Sonic falls into a pool of oil which a badnik ignites.
A moment of appreciation for how badass that is.
It looks like Sonic may have died until his super form emerges from the flames. According to Tails, he has seen this happen before when Sonic has absorbed too many rings, a sign the creative team were actually using the game's 50-ring transformation requirement, and he tells everyone to get their heads down. He's not wrong to be worried because Sonic immediately tries to attack the bunny he just freed. Tails steps in to defend the poor creature and is able to talk Sonic down, ending the transformation. Sonic blames it on overexposure to ring energy, something that would soon be retconned, and admits he lost his cool.
The comic used Super Sonic sparingly, as proven by the fact there would be another 13 issues until he appeared again in Hilltop Terror.
To be honest, this feels like a filler issue. However, there are some important things to note. 1. The narration tells us Sonic transforms under stress, and even the blue hedgehog himself doesn't know how it works. There's no mention of ring energy anywhere. 2. Super Sonic only saves the Hilltop Zone from a volcano because Tails challenges his pride in claiming he can't do it.
Let's just take a moment to let it sink in that Super Sonic just stopped an erupting volcano.
3. Sonic confirms he doesn't remember much about his time as Super Sonic.
The aforementioned retcon arrives in issue 27, where we get an explanation for the transformation and see the Yellow Devil in action for what was the first time.
Sonic meets with Porker Lewis and Johnny Lightfoot, characters who are named in the manuals for the original games, and are therefore pretty much official characters as far as I'm concerned, who tell him the recently collected Chaos Emeralds are giving off radiation. The emeralds vanish, and Sonic takes in the full force of their radiation, turning him into Super Sonic. The narration confirms the emeralds to be the cause, and even cite the form to be uncontrollable. Kintabor, an AI version of Robotnik before he became evil, another video, another time, expands on this, saying the emeralds become unstable if kept together, and they warp back to the special zone when this happens. Unfortunately, we don't get to see much of Sonic's first super-powered rampage, as the comic cuts straight to his normal self coming to in the Swampland Zone. Fast forward to issue 50, as I say, they definitely did not overuse this guy, and we get the first proper fight Super was involved in. Sonic and Knuckles are battling Metallix, the comic's name for Metal Sonic, there's a whole brotherhood of them, and again another video, another time, in the comic's retelling of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. All hope seems lost when Metallix punches Sonic onto the Master Emerald. Interestingly enough, Sonic is fully aware of what's about to happen, and he even taunts Metallix before epically destroying him in just one punch. We then get to see one of my favourite things to ever happen, Super Sonic mercilessly bashing Knuckles around the head. Not entirely convinced by Sonic's amnesia or innocence in this anymore, judging by his come-down reaction.
Super Sonic brawls again in issue 66, proving to be his longest fight to date.
This time, his opponent is Brutus, a super badnik programmed with Robotnik's brain patterns. Definitely another video for another time. Noticing Super's raw power, Brutus immediately uses Amy Rose as a human shield, but Sonic doesn't even hesitate to continue his attack. Brutus leads the Yellow Nightmare towards his troops, only for every shot to be effortlessly avoided and the entire robot army to be smashed to pieces. Even a direct hit from a cannon of enveloping and suffocating doom foam isn't enough to stop him, causing Brutus to make a hasty retreat. Up until this point, Brutus had been an all but unstoppable threat. Having him cower and flee from Super Sonic established the Beast as being the most powerful entity in the comics universe. This was very important if what was to come was to have the required impact.
Join me next time when we'll see what happens when the demon is unleashed for a prolonged period of time with a specific target in mind, and the subsequent separation of Sonic and Super Sonic into independent beings.
Once part 2 is ready, you'll be able to click on that image there and it will take you straight to the video, allowing you to be really efficiently lazy. In addition, clicking on the subscribe button will subscribe you to my channel, so that you'll be notified when new videos are made. Also on the left are some previews of other videos of mine that you might like. Again, clicking on them will take you to their respective videos.